It's exactly what we needed. Good job up for Bernie getting that done. And you look at certain players that can maybe come in your room and help and be veterans to these younger kids. And obviously, we have a lot of young bodies around, so we need that veteran presence. And his name came up, and Bernie got the job done. I've heard nothing but good things about this guy. I had a nice conversation with him, and I think he's going to be a perfect fit for this organization.
It's just going to be his 11th full pro year. Spent his first 3 seasons with the IceHogs. He spent the last 4 campaigns out on the West Coast with Bakersfield and Ontario. This is a guy that it seems like, as he patrols the back line, a good stay-at-home defenseman, similar to some veteran defensemen the IceHogs had from seasons past. So it seems like that's a good anchor for a lot of these young players to see both on and off the ice. And Ryan Stanton seems to exemplify that with his previous experiences.
Yeah, and he's been 3 years in one place. Nowadays that's long term. And then Bakersfield, he's been there for a while, so that says a lot about the character in him. Teams keep him around, teams want him. So now we have him, and hopefully we can keep him here, and he's going to be a big asset for our team, and obviously for Anders and Soupy on the back end. He's going to help these young kids develop, and like Mitchie, he's is going to be another coach out there.
And it seems like this is a player, too, that also generates relationships and seems to keep them pretty easily, too. He's been with the organization before, so he knows what to expect from the Blackhawks, yep, from yourself and the IceHogs. But he's even got some repertoire with Garrett Mitchell in his time with the Hershey Bears and helping him to a Calder Cup final back in 2016. So this seems like a guy that can really take a lot of people under his wing or continue to nurture relationships. Like I mentioned, he already knows this organization pretty well.
Yeah, and he's been here, so he knows he knows a lot of people. He knows what to expect. Obviously it's maybe a different coaching staff for him, but I had a great conversation with him. He's eager to get going. I talked to him about, we're going to rely on him a lot as, just helping these kids. It's tough as coaches to be in the locker room all the time and at the kid's apartment to help the kid out. He's cooking the right food and what have you. But I think this is just going to be a perfect fit for him. The bonus too, he played with Mitchie, and those two combined, I'm really excited about what we have as veteran leadership coming into next year.
And you kind of tapped into what my next question was going to be, is where as a coaching staff are your expectations for a guy like Ryan Stanton? Is it more off the ice stuff, like you said, helping out some of these younger players, especially with the younger blue line like we saw last season with the IceHogs, or is it even on the ice and how you want him to lead by example when patrolling that blue line?
Well, it's going to be both. That's what you need. A lot of times you get into veterans that are, top end veterans, highly skilled, or they're still living the dream. So it's they want to play every shift. They want to be on every power play. They want to be doing this, doing that. They want everything. They want the ice time. I think with Mitchie and Ryan, it's they understand that there might be nights where we just have a full lineup of kids, and they might have to miss a couple games here and there, but they understand that. So that's the nice thing. They're not going to take ice time away from any of our prospects, guys that are coming up through the ranks, but they're also going to make sure these kids earn the right to be on the ice. And I think this is a good mix for us as a team. And like I said, I'm looking forward to getting to know him. And obviously, we all know Mitchie and what kind of character he is. So I'm pretty sure this kid's not too far from him.
And I'll be catching up with Ryan here shortly, too, and I'd be interested to hear his side of the conversation from his perspective. From you, Coach, you had Cody Franson last year, which, another veteran defenseman, a guy that, was situationally aware of where he was in his career and how he wanted to help an organization. From you as a coaching staff, do you get similar vibes in your conversations with Ryan, or is it a little bit different than what the Hogs have seen with Cody and previous defensemen?
Yeah, I think it's the same kind of vibes talking to him. I think a lot of guys know by a certain time, and I went through it, end of my career. I ended up finishing up in the minors, but I ended up helping these kids. You don't know you're coaching, but you are actually being a coach out there. And that's what got the passion for me to get into the coaching part of it, because I enjoyed it. I enjoyed help. I knew my my days were kind of done, and I enjoyed doing it. So I'm not saying these guys are done, but I think these guys understand that where they are in their career, that this could prolong it. This could help extend it and play some more hockey, but be a help to an organization, be a help to a kid. And I think, they had guys like that probably helping them. So now they're giving back.
Well, I know a lot of IceHogs fans are going to be excited to see Ryan Stanton back out on the ice for a second stint with the IceHogs. Well, Coach, before I let you go, I want to just kind of catch up with you. NHL free agency, expansion draft, the kind of the gauntlet of all the offseason activities when it comes to the NHL and even the American Hockey League at some respects has kind of died down a little bit. But with that comes development camp practices and gearing up for another season. It seems like NHL preseason games are about a month away. What's it look like for you now? The summer was relatively quiet to start, but I imagine you're hitting the ground running as we speak.
Well, we're doing a lot of prospect stuff, development stuff right now, just via Zoom calls and what have you. But I'm getting back on the ice and helping out with some camps and skating some kids just to get the legs going again. I got to be sharp too when we start. So I'm looking forward into September here when we get going with some skates and what have you, and getting some players in. And then, like you said, all of a sudden it's going to get busy here real quick, and I can't wait.